Managed to get this one underway. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And this will work out quite well. We'll get it all the way up to the 30-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
You know, it's just so funny to see a veteran, a first-ballot Hall of Famer like Aaron Rodgers, at the end of his career, really bounce around and look for that final place that he can make home to kind of go off into the sunset and put a final chapter on what's now a 21-year NFL career. So what are the expectations? I think around Pittsburgh, they expect him to be Aaron Rodgers. I think he's healthy. I think he's motivated. And when he can be out there every single week, there's very few guys who have played the quarterback position better over the history of the league than Aaron Rodgers.
Here now, 3rd and 5. The shotgun, it's A-Rod. He'll go right back to Firemouth. And he is very close to the first down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. They're indeed going. It's Rodgers. He's got his tight end. That's Firemouth. And he's going to have the Steelers first down as this defense hit them up the play they need. They surrender a gain of 17 on 4th down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
I like the aggressiveness early in the game, right out of the gate. Make the defense realize we are going to challenge you downfield, and what that does is it opens everything else up. Now, you got to hit a couple of these, and don't be surprised if they go back to a deep shot here pretty quickly.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That pass play good for 22. That's a Steeler first down. Again, it's Rodgers. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal. Rodgers going up top again. To the outside, he's got Smith. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Gainwell. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. Don't feel like a pretty big win on the drive that's largely been dominated by the offense. Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Did they try?
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jalen Warren, touchdown Steelers.
You know, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
And now they want to show they mean business here. Offense going to remain out there and try to 2. And he will take it in and tack on the 2 points to make it 8-0.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Williams. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his 3rd season as the Green Bay starter.
It's not often that you take the field for the first time, Mike, finding yourself down by 8. That's the situation they find themselves in here. You have to just treat this as if it's a 2-possession game and play with a little bit more urgency on this opening drive. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball back, and now you lose all momentum. Stick to your plan, find a way to come away with points as you try to settle this offense into this game here early.
And he's got it to the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. The all-pro Cameron Hayward getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
It's 2nd down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got the rookie out of Texas, Matthew Golden. That's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Love. That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. A gain there of 15. 1st down, Packers.
That's good.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 8-0 is our score, and we're back to the Steel City after this. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive. They are facing a 2nd and long.
It's 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready.
To throw is Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Love to throw. And we'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
21 yards. That's another Packers 1st down.
Love out quickly to Dobbs. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
Let's go. Ready.
Love. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive following that sack. Looks a little bit different now.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Come on, cut.
In motion, it's Golden. Throwing now on 3rd and long. Pass caught right side by Kraft. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
A 36-yard attempt.
McManus's kick is good. And the Packers are on the board now here in this second quarter.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Steelers offense ready to get going with their second possession. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And a good run there. It'll get him 5 yards.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Right here, down the field. It's ball, incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. This one down the field for Freiermuth. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. 32 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. D.K. Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish. Mike, you could see the play call just really finding his rhythm, mix and run, mix and pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Two-point try coming up. Rodgers and the offense all set.
The Steelers will line up for
To the air once more. It's Rodgers. That'll be caught. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line. And add a
certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. We'll go ahead and just cede the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Now Love. The pressure too much, and he goes down. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. On second down, Love. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Ready. Ready.
Back to throw is Love. He's going to look for the home run ball. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
On fourth down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. As this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Steelers offense going to see what they can do in the final minutes of this first half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Rodgers to throw. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
Next way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
First and 10 now from the 36. On play action, Rodgers. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. He's into space past the 25. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. How about this one, too, to start the drive? Mark them off with a gain of 24 and another first down. That is caught by the tight end. And Fryer moves. Touchdown, Steelers. The Steelers will use one of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Two-point try coming up. Rodgers and the offense all set. Again, it's Rodgers. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This will be returned from the 6. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Packers offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. We'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Cameron Hayward, the former All-Pro, in on the tackle. Off the play fake. Here's Love. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's a no sack. Cameron Hayward gets up for a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line. And if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Here's Love. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive. But instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Taken in at the 8. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Steelers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Rodgers. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Rodgers going up top again. This one grabbed by Austin. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. On the ground, this is Warren. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. They'll try again here. Second and 10.
It's now second and 10.
From the gun, Rodgers. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Steeler first down.
First and 10.
Now Rodgers. He finds Metcalf on the slant. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Warren. And he will score! Jalen Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points. Pretty evident that they felt the weakness of this rush defense was on the perimeter. A simple toss play gets the back out there so fast. They secure the edge, and it just becomes a foot race, and he walks in for an easy 2 points.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return starts from the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on first and 10.
Right.
They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. That's Alex Highsmith in for the tackle.
Ready, set.
Here's a second and 6. On play action, Love. That's to the left side and taken in by Golden. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7. On the ground, it's Jacobs. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Come on, set.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
That's 7 yards. And it's third down.
Ready up.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long.
Ready, ready.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion.
Ready.
From the gun, on third down, it's Love. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Ready, ready. 60 red.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Play action now with Rodgers. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The master of play action, Rodgers. That's deep for the back of the end zone. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. It was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. The Packers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Set, put.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Not much happening there, just a short gain. 2nd down and 8.
Here we go.
Love to throw. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Alex Highsmith in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the 4th quarter.
That's complete to Jacobs. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st. It'll bring up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Oh, the ball's out. One of the Steelers has it.
Not that it's much of a consolation, but either way, Mike, that's going to result in a turnover. Going forward on 4th down, it's clearly stopped short of the sticks. In this case, might be trying to make something out of nothing there to keep that play alive, but great job here by the defense coming away with the stop, and now we'll see if the offense can come on the field and take advantage of it.
A-Rod down to throw on 1st down. He finds Austin with the grab. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Pick up of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
1st and 10.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll get back to Jalen Warren. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's 1st and goal.
Steelers 1st down. 1st and goal.
Here's Warren. And he's got another one. Jalen Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Two-point try coming up. Rodgers and the offense all set. They're going to try to run it in. And this time they stop him short of the goal line. Touchdown a moment ago. No two-point conversion to add on as they come up empty. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Williams now to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's Love. Pass caught right side by Kraft. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield.
A gain of 24 yards. That's good for our Packers.
Go now.
34-yard gain on the play.
On 1st down, it's Love. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this.
Come on, set.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Next way.
They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass. The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
A 1st down throw from Rodgers. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. A big play after being backed up. 31 yards. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. Now a shot here, deep middle. That is hard. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They didn't quite get the shutout they were hoping for and likely deserved. This was a tremendous defensive performance. Held the other guys to just a field goal, that's all. That defensive unit was the driving force in this victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.
please. Tell her, put it like me. Blowing a coffee, he's asleep. You weak, chic. The web ain't look all back here, get all back here, get back.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And how about Geno Smith? The number of times we've looked at his career and said, here's something new for him. And that's exactly what we're talking about with his move to Las Vegas after 5 seasons in Seattle. Over 70% last season completion percentage. And the Raiders, they definitely need that type of efficiency in Vegas. And the best part, he has a head coach in Pete Carroll who really believes in him.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Now Smith. He'll get this out to Genty. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Geno now to throw. That's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
They're not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
Almost certainly a future Hall of Famer, and he's still seeking the storybook ending to his career. But he had patience, looked around, took his time before choosing his team, and boy, are they glad that he did, because he still has a lot of juice left despite being 41 years old. Finishing the top 10 in passing yards last season with nearly 4,000 yards and touchdowns as well with 28. Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
One. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and plan correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Well, back foot throw there is incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
Did he get the feet down? Yes! Touchdown! From a yard out. And the Steelers take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off
wasn't necessary because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the two-point conversion.
Rodgers will throw for it. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Interesting. I mean, their kicker's fine, but they just opt to be aggressive and go for 2, and they get it.
Does that not remind you of Mike Tomlin of a few seasons ago? Remember that when he started out the season, just this spate of going for 2 all the time and really making people understand we're going to be aggressive, we're going to come after you? That felt like that Mike Tomlin coaching the team again.
Didn't he do that when they initially moved the extra point back a little bit?
He certainly did. Started to play a little analytics there and also let people know I feel really confident with my offense on the field.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Gino. Tucker hauls it in over the middle. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Smith. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Alex Highsmith. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. We're just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards.
I know we love our jobs. And pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And this play doesn't work at all as he's going to be marked down behind the line after the dive. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Now Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Third down and 13.
Now it's Rodgers. Caught by Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On play action. Now Rodgers. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Over the middle here to Wilson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
Steelers first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that. Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Smith. He'll drop this underneath for Genty. They'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Gino going to hand it to Genty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Hey, we go.
Now Gino. That is caught. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And a Raider first down.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
From the 41, here's second down and 3. Now Smith. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And a completion to Wilson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. He's still on his feet. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf, 62 yards. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time, they failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Smith now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, we go, Simone!
They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
That's a gain of 3.
Here's Smith. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw is Smith. Now he's going to step up and run. And Smith able to move the chains before sliding down. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
A gain of 16 yards.
Smith. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Alex Highsmith bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got us
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Carlson able to put this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night prime time, and we go off to Orlando and Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Carlson now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. A beautiful fake. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting him to first.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Got his man, it's one. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Caught. It's Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're talking just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
Now Rodgers. He finds his man complete. It's Warren. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 on the way to the 3. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
The carry here for the big tight end. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Connor Hayward taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Rodgers will throw for it.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. He'll be stopped up at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. Out of the gun, Smith. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
And caught up to him. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
15 yards. And the Steelers first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jonnu Smith from 3 yards out. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far. That's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
The Steelers
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurting this one. No.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Alex Highsmith. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, it's Smith. Pressure, he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Alex Highsmith. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing now is Gino. Open man right side, Myers. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3rd and 12.
Here we go.
Back to throw, Smith. Will try and set up the screen to Genty. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Now Rodgers. And that almost their first INT in the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
15 yards. And the Steelers first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They he's just going to give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I want him now. They tend to leave him in.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Rodgers now to throw. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. But a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Looking to put a drive together. The drive will begin with a run by Genty. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Now Gino. Pass complete right side to Bowers. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
And the Steelers set to take the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, partner, nothing but praise for me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. Let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Rodgers looking to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion.
The Steelers.
They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? Well, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Rodgers throwing here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion.
The Steelers.
Back to throw here. That's caught. And he will not make it to the goal line. It's his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Feels like never gave up. All I know is going.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
This game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.
Run it down. The sun is up. So run it down. Get your money up. I put money down on all of us. All my people now.